Hi, it's Barkley Corwhin, and I am back in the country after traveling abroad. And I'm not resting. I have to get things done that I've been putting off. I should have started earlier in March my seedlings, and then I should have started maybe a week or two ago tapping trees. I have not done those, so the next two videos that's what's going to be about, and maybe about farming in the Netherlands. Anyways, I have in the barn here my germination chamber. I was using this back in the fall to have onions on to dry out, and I got to get this in the house. I got to get this set up with the vapor barrier or the moisture barrier and the insulation on it, and then crock pot going in it and get the heat temperature up into it and start doing what I do every year, and that's using this to start seedlings. And I will not start seedlings without a germination chamber. It is just so much more efficient, so much more high ratio of germination. So that's going to be, this video is what I do, and this is why I do that. Like I just said, high germination rate and efficiency and all that, instead of using the electric heating mats, which I would find, the heat would be inconsistent, and some of them would burn or get a little too hot and burn the seeds when they started. So, or they'll either be too hot or too cold to get the seeds to start the seedlings. So this is what I have here. I have hardware cloths so that vapor and heat can pass around in here, and they slide in and out. And yeah, it's a little big to get through the door, so I'm gonna have to take it apart when I get to the house. But this is what I use, and unfortunately, I have forgotten all about my chili peppers and my cayenne peppers. I forgot about drying them, bringing inside, and grinding them. So I might just save them the seeds. I'm not know, but most likely they are going to be compost. I forgot all about them. That's how busy and wore out, the fall was. So here's what it looks like inside. know, maybe I should put it on high. I can't remember. I got it on low right now. Anyways, box frame. These slide in and out. And these are just high enough for me to get in one tray of seedlings, or to-be seedlings, over top of the other. Anyway, they're just sitting on these pieces right here. Slide back and forth. We need to take them out. We can't take them out right now because I have this plastic on, which is basically the vapor barrier. I don't want to make everything wet outside of it. Keep the moisture in here, and the moisture will be holding heat. That's a great thing about water. Anyways, I have R4 or R3 insulation all around it. Typically, I just tell myself, you know, where it is, and the holes are supposed to be there. Had some problems because I wasn't getting to the holes already in the plastic, making new ones, so it was just binding on the screws. This is what it looks like. So it's a bit awkward here in the basement. I got my clothes up. I've just moved everything away right now. I will have a timer. I will have this plugged into a timer right now. I'm just trying to heat it because I don't want this to get too hot. I want a certain temperature. And how do I know that? I know that by this. So anyway, I just restarted both of these. They should be the same temperature. They're not telling me that. Anyway, this one's going in here. Get in there. So that sensor, and that hopefully the plastic can keep the moisture out. And this will tell me, without having to go in, temperature, so I can adjust the timer there, set some power on, power off, and that way I can not overheat things, because certain seeds like certain temperatures to germinate. Anyway, these are my backups here. These are cheap little things. So we're just going to wait, get this up to temperature. In the meantime, we're going to start seedlings. Ta-da! So this is my germination chamber. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I have Velcro, not only to be hinges, but to kind of lock everything in, keep it all tight. I can't keep all the heat and moisture from escaping, but I can do the best I can, and it works. It's given me the best germination rate that I have ever had. To keep these pieces of insulation in place, and at one time they were all tight together, I use screws, but I also use, because you know, these are cheaper than washers, this is something you plumbers use to keep pipes up and wrap them around and screw them in place, usually hanging. Anyways, someone suggested to use these, and I use these to keep them together. And I got to make sure that I have, like here I have a cross piece, here I have, over here I have the frame, but there's a lot of places I can't put any because there's nothing backing it. So I can only put it in certain spots. But elsewise, it's the insulation is just enough. I don't know why I got so many gaps. It wasn't originally like this. The insulation does its job in keeping in the heat and moisture. The moisture, as I said before, keeps in the heat, or water molecules hold heat better. And yeah, I try to KK, whatever, HH. I try to, or JJ, try to have them like this so I know what it is. Just to remind myself, because I'm never going to remember one year to the next, because I only use these for about a month. So I did not invent the germination chamber. This is something that my friend Sarah was doing, and then I did a whole bunch of research watching other people on YouTube and other videos, and that was during COVID, so I had time to do that. And the most interesting one that I found is using an old fridge or freezer, drilling some holes into it so you can get power into it for the crock pot. You don't have to use a crock pot. I don't know what else you would use. Crock pot very gently heats it up, keeps the heat up. You do have to keep filling up the crock pot. So if I have a container, I don't have one on me, but a juice container, one of those a day usually works. And this basically keeps the whole air the whole space around that tray where the seeds are in, and I'll do that in the next video. I'll show you what that consistent. Whereas if you have a pad that the seed tray is sitting on top of, it has kind of a ring, and that ring, that's where it's heating, and it just doesn't distribute the heat consistently enough, and then you have to have a timer and you really have to watch it to go up and down. When you get that seedling starting to pop up in it, you notice, you got to check, every 8 hours or so. When you start getting seedlings popping up, you take it out. You don't want to fry them. And when they pop up, they want sunlight. So that's the next stage, is to get all my shelving ready that has grow lights on it, so that I can simulate growing outside and get it ready safely inside where it's controlled, and it's not going to be eaten by critters. It's not going to be killed by frost. So this is what I do, and yeah, I hope this is giving you a little insight to us middle-sized to small growers, what we do to make things easier, make things more efficient, and make things more consistent. But thank you for watching, and remember, finish your vegetables, buy something local, be good to each other. We will see you next video about starting seedlings.